Hello everyone, ARG back here with some more Out of the Park Baseball 22. And today in the world of 1995 baseball, the Expos are still gonna try to continue winning games. Yeah, not a great start here for my throat. Alright, so today we have a 3-game series against the Dodgers. It's not gonna be easy. And especially the first matchup there seems maybe a little bit uneven, where the Dodgers are gonna send on the mound Pedro Martinez, and we are going to be sending Brett Tomko. That should be Brett Tomko's last start in Jose Rosado's place. Unless they decide to not recall Rosado or something, but I think they have to since they've put him on rehab. So a 3-game series. We're starting to be limping out there in center field. Kirby Puckett, of course, still out for 7 more weeks. Last time out, we lost Ruben Rivera. He's day-to-day for a week. I think I'm gonna play him despite the injury. I might end up regretting it. But I kind of need his bat in the lineup and his defense. What is his injury again? Knee soreness, so he might not run as good, but yeah, influences running minimal. It doesn't influence hitting or throwing. Alright, so we are 34-22. That's good for second in the East. We're 5 games back on the Braves. The Dodgers are 40-17. Yeah, they are really good. Let's take a look. Maybe they have a few injuries that's gonna make our life a little easier. They are fully healthy. Well, sucks to be us. Alright then, well, let's not waste any more time. Let's get going. Alright, I'm gonna have to put Russ McGinnis in for this one. There we go. It looks like the Dodgers are going to go with Jose Offerman batting first, playing second base. Cal Daniels in left field is going to be batting second. Mike Piazza, the catcher, batting third. Darryl Strawberry in right field is going to be the cleanup hitter. Eric Karros, first baseman, batting fifth. Todd Allensworth in center field, batting sixth. Willis Otañez playing shortstop is going to be the seventh batter. And Sean Berry is going to be playing third base and batting eighth. Alright, first game out of 3. Go Expos and play ball. Right, first game is going to be tough. Martinez is really good. Alright, Delino the Shields leading it up for us. Facing Pedro Martinez. Game is underway. 1-0 to the Shields. And that's it to left. And that's a base hit. Oh, it was hit really weakly, but it found some grass over there, so that's a leadoff single for the Expos. Luis Polonia is going to be next. No count to him. That's popped to first. And the first baseman, Eric Karros, is there, and that is out number 1. That brings up John Kruk. No count to him. The Shields goes, and he's safe. That's his 20th stolen base of the season. We have a runner in scoring position with 1 out. John Kruk could score the run with a base hit. Full count. And he walks. Alright, that brings up Kent Herbeck. 2 on, 1 out. No count. That's popped again. This time to shortstop. Otañez is there. That's out number 2. So now we're going to need a 2 out base hit from Ruben Rivera to score some runs. 2-1. Grounds it to second. They take it to the base, and that's the end of the inning. We get 2 base runners. We are unable to bring them on around to score. Going into the bottom of the first, it is scoreless. Jose Offerman leads off for the Dodgers, 0-1 to him. Grounds it to second. The Shields with the throw. That's out number 1. Cal Daniels now. 1-2 to him. Struck out swinging. Alright, 2 outs. Brings up Mike Piazza. No count to him. That's it to center. Rivera's there. And he catches it for out number 3. The Dodgers go down in order in inning number 1. And after 1 here at Dodger Stadium, we have no score. Jeff King leading off the top of the second. 3-1 to him. And he walks. Alright, so a leadoff walk for the Expos. That brings up Russ McGinnis. 2-2. Struck out swinging. Walt Weiss is next. 0-2. Grounds it to second. And that's a double play. And just like that, the second inning is over for the Expos. We are going into the bottom of the second, where Darryl Strawberry will lead things off here for the Dodgers. 2-2 to him. Grounds it to third. Jeff King with the throw, but Strawberry beats the throw. That's an infield single. Oh, and Darryl Strawberry got hurt, and they have to take him out of the game. So he got hurt trying to beat the throw, which he did. Got hurt in the process, though. So Felix Jose comes in as a pinch runner. And Eric Karros is now the batter. Nobody out. Runner on first. 2-2. Struck out swinging. That's an important out here, because now a double play ends the inning. Todd Allensworth. 1-2. And that's it to right. John Kruk after it. He catches it for out number 2. Willis Otania is with 2 outs. Runner on first, 2-2. Grounds it to short. And he's thrown out at first for out number 3. Alright. So the Dodgers lose Darryl Strawberry, at least for the rest of this game. We'll have to see if he's hurt long term. Top of the third, no score still. Brett Tomko leading off the inning for us. 2-2 to him. Struck out swinging. Delino the Shields is next. 1-1. That's it to center. Oh, a sliding catch by Allensworth. And that's out number 2. That brings up Luis Polonia. 1-2 to him. And he struck out looking. The Expos go down in order again. Bottom of the third incoming, still no score. Sean Berry leads that off for the Dodgers. 0-2 to him. Struck out swinging. Pedro Martinez is next. Full count. Grounds it to third. The throw by King, and that's out number 2. Jose Offerman is next. No count to him. Grounds it to short. That's a good throw by Walt Weiss, and that's out number 3. The Dodgers also go down in order. Top of the fourth, no score here in LA. John Kruk leads that off for us. No count to him. Grounds it to short. And he's thrown out at first for out number 1. Kenterbeck is next. 1-2. Struck out swinging. Ruben Rivera now with 2 outs. 1-2 to him. That's it to right. Felix Jose after it, and he catches it for out number 3. Alright. Bottom of the fourth, with Cal Daniels leading things off for the Dodgers. Full count. Struck out swinging. Mike Piazza is next. 0-1. Alright. It's it weakly to first, and that's cut by Kenterbeck for out number 2. Felix Jose now. No count. That's it to center. Rivera has to run a little bit towards the line, and he catches it for out number 3. Alright, top of the fifth. No score, still Jeff King leading off. 1 and 2. Struck out swinging. Which, you know, we would expect that a lot of that would happen, given that we're facing Pedro Martinez. Russ McGinnis now. 1-0 to him. Oh, he tried to bunt himself on, but it was popped right at Martinez. That's out number 2. So wall twice now. Full count to him. That's it to right. Felix Jose after it, and he gets it for out number 3. Still nothing to show for the Expos here. And in inning number 5 at Dodger Stadium, we are going into the bottom of the inning with no score. Eric Karros leading off, 3-0 to him. And he walks on 4 pitches, so the Dodgers get a leadoff walk here in inning number 5. That brings up Todd Allensworth. 2-2 to him. Struck out swinging. Alright, that's a good comeback here. Willis Otañez is next. Full count. Grounds it to short. And that's a double play. There you go. That's the end of the inning. Alright, Brett Tomko leading off the top of the 6th for the Expos. Not a whole lot going on in this game. 1 hit apiece, and our hit was our first batter of the game, and it was a really weak one, so we have not been able to hit the ball solidly against Martinez at all today. 2-2, and he struck out swinging. That was a terrible pitch to swing at. Delino De Shields is next. 0-2 to him. And that's popped foul to the catcher, but Karros gets it, and that's out number 2. Luis Polonia now with 2 outs, 2-0. That's it to left. That should be cut by Daniels, and it is. That's out number 3. Another 1-2-3 inning for the Expos, going into the bottom of the 6th, with Sean Berry leading off that inning for the Dodgers. 2-2 to him. Grounds it to first. Urbeck, the throw to Tomko, and that's out number 1. Pedro Martinez is next. 2-2 to him. Struck out swinging. That was a terrible pitch to swing at. Alright, Jose Offerman is next. 2-0. And that's going to be a base hit all the way to the fence in center field. That's extra bases. That's a double for Jose Offerman, so a 2-out double for the Dodgers. Now they have a runner in scoring position with Cal Daniels, the batter, 0-1. And that's it to left end. That's going to be a base hit. That should score. No, they didn't go. So runners on first and third with 2 outs, and that brings up Mike Piazza. No count. Grounds it to the pitcher, and Piazza is out at first. And that's the 3rd out. Top of the 7th incoming. The Dodgers get 2 base runners, including 1 all the way to 3rd base. Nobody scores, though. So we still have a 0-0 deadlock. John Kruk. No count. That's it weekly. That's going to be our 2nd base hit of the game. Very similar to our first one, a base hit that barely makes it to the outfield. But hey, that's a base runner. So runner on first, nobody out. Kent Urbeck is next. No count to him. That's it to left. And that falls in front of Daniels for a base hit. So now we have 2 runners on and nobody out. And now we have Ruben Rivera as the next batter. Full count. And he walks. Oh. Bases loaded. Nobody out. Jeff King is now the batter. No count to him. That's it to right. That's a base hit. Falls in front of Felix Jose. Alright, so that scores a run. It is 1-0 for the Expos. Russ McGinnis is next. Bases are still loaded. Nobody out. 2-2. Oh, he struck out swinging. Alright, wall twice. 1-1. grounds it to first, and they get the lead runner at home, but that's the only out that they get. So there's 2 outs now. Oh, dear God, what do I do here? Yeah, I'm going to pinch it for Tomko. I kind of wanted to keep him in the game. We're going to go with Barbary. Right, Brett Barbary, bases loaded, 2 outs, 2-0. That's a base hit to center. Good call, good call. 2-run score on that single. That's a 2-run single for Brett Barbary, and the Expos are now up 3-0 over the Dodgers. Right, runners on first and second, 2 outs. Delano de Shields is next. Full count. And that's it to center, and that's above the center fielder's head. That's going to be a double for the Shields. Did we get 2 rounds out of this? Yep, scores 2. It is now 5-0 for the Expos. Alright, so the Dodgers have had enough. They are bringing in Rick Aguilera to come in relief to Pedro Martinez. We have a runner in scoring position, 2 outs. Luis Polonia is the batter, 2-0 to him. Grounds it to first, and that's going to be out number 3. The Expos put a crooked number on the board. It is 5-0 now for the Expos, going into the bottom of the 7th. I'm going to bring John Cerruti on the mound, and we'll see what happens from there. Right, Felix Jose, first one to face him here in the bottom of the 7th. 3-0. And he walks on 4 pitches. Eric Karros is next, runner on first, nobody out. 1-1. That's popped. Walt Weiss is there, catches it for out number 1. Right, Todd Allensworth now. No count to him. The runner goes. Oh, and he's nailed. Felix Jose was cut stealing. So now there's 2 outs with Allensworth, the batter. 1-0 to him. Oh, that's a base hit to left. That's going to be extra bases all the way to the fence. That's a 2-out double for the Dodgers. Brings up Willis Otañez with a runner in scoring position, 2 outs, 2-2. That's it, weakly to center. Rivera's after it, and he gets it for out number 3. All right, the Expos are still up 5-0 over the Dodgers. All right, top of the 8th, John Kruk facing Rick Aguilera, who is still on the mound. Full count to Kruk. And he walks. All right, leadoff walk for the Expos. Kenterbeck is next. Full count to him. That's it, weekly. And Willis Otañez catches it in center field. 1 out. Runner on first. Ruben Rivera is next. 2-1. That's it to right, and it's going to fall right in front of Felix Jose. Alright, so we have 2 runners on with only 1 out. And now Jeff King is the batter. Tim Cruz comes in relief for the Dodgers. No count. And that's it. And that's a base hit. Another one of those super weak ones that barely make it to the outfield. So we have bases loaded again. With 1 out, Russ McGinnis is the batter. 2-2 to him. Oh, he struck out. Not good. Alright, with a 5-0 lead, I'm going to keep Walt Weiss in the game. 2-2. And he struck out swinging. I like his defense enough to keep him. Don't like his bat as much, but it is what it is. Alright, Sean Berry leading off the bottom of the 8, 1 and 2 to him. And he struck out against John Cerruti. That brings up Eric Young coming in as a pinch hitter, 1 and 2. Grounds it to first. Back to Cerruti, that's out number 2. Jose Offerman now, 1 and 1. That's popped. The Shields is there. Catches it for out number 3. A perfect inning for Cerruti. Going into the top of the 9th with the Expos still up 5-0. Oh, we're gonna... So Jeff Gray comes in relief for the Dodgers. We're gonna go ahead and bring in a pinch hitter for Cerruti. That's gonna be Jody Reed. Alright, Jody Reed against Jeff Gray, 1 and 2. That's it to right, and it falls right in front of Felix Jose for a base hit. Alright, so a leadoff base hit for the Expos. That I know the Shields is next. 1 on, nobody out. 2 and 2. And he struck out looking. Next is Luis Polonia. No count to him. And that's a base hit to right. Alright, so we have runners on first and second. 1 out. John Kruk is the batter. 2 and 2 to him. Grounds it to short. The shortstop is going to eat it. So yet again, we have the bases loaded with 1 out. That's the 3rd time we've loaded the bases in this game. Kenterbeck is next. No count. And that's it. Oh, yeah, that's in the corner in left. That should score 3 runs. It scored 2. It is 7-0 for the Expos, thanks to a double by Kenterbeck. And now Ruben Rivera is next. 2 and 2 to him. That's it weekly. That's cut by Willie Sotanez at shortstop, so that's the 2nd out of the inning. And now with 2 runners in scoring position, 2 outs, Jeff King comes to bat, 1 and 2. Grounds it to first, and he's thrown out at first for out number 3. The Expos add 2 more runs to their lead. It is now 7-0 going into the bottom of the 9th. I think I'm gonna go with Duris. Alright, so the Dodgers bring in Henry Rodriguez as a pinch hitter. 1 and 2. That's it to left. And that's cut by Luis Polonia for out number 1. Mike Piazza is next. 1 and 0 to him. That's line to third and cut by Jeff King for out number 2. That brings up Felix Jose with 2 outs. That's the Dodgers' last out. 1 and 2. And he struck out. That's the end of the... Wow, I was not expecting a 7-0 trouncing with Pedro Martinez on the mound, I'll be honest, folks. But hey, we got ourselves a W here against the Dodgers. Really good game by Brett Tomko. I even pulled him a little early because I wanted to capitalize on the bases loaded. It proved to be fruitful, so we're not going to complain. Alright, we're going to go ahead and advance one day. Alright, nothing to say here in the world of baseball. I'm going to go ahead and save just in case. Now let's take a look, see if anything happened here. Oh. So Ray Sanchez got hurt in the minors. Oh, he's on the day-to-day for 4 days with knee tendonitis. Okay. Alright, so we are going to be playing game number... Oh, I'm kind of curious about Darryl Strawberry. So usually I don't go and check back after each game, but oh, diagnosis pending, so he can't play. That's not good for them. Alright, so game number 2, we're going to be facing our old teammate again. So that's the second time we're facing him this season, Oil Can Boyd. We're going to be sending Miguel Batista on the mound for that one. So we're fresh off a nice 7-0 trouncing of the Dodgers. So hopefully we can bring back some of that offense in game number 2. Alright, I'm going to keep this lineup here. The Dodgers are going to go with Jose Offerman batting first. Sorry, he's playing second base. Cal Daniels, the second batter, playing left field. The catcher, Mike Piazza, is going to be batting third. Henry Rodriguez is going to fill in for the injured Darryl Strawberry. Is going to be batting cleanup, playing right field. Eric Karros, the first baseman, is going to be batting fifth. Todd Hollinsworth, the center fielder, is going to be batting sixth. Willie Sotanez, playing shortstop, is going to be batting seventh. And Sean Berry, the third baseman, batting eighth. So basically we are facing the exact same lineup, except that Darryl Strawberry can't play because he got hurt in the previous game. So O. Henry is going to be filling in for him. Alright, let's go! Go Expos! Play ball! Alright, the line of the Shields leading off the game for us against Oil Can Boyd. 1-1 to him. And that's going to be extra bases right off the bat, all the way in the corner and right for the Shields. That's a double, so leadoff double for the Expos. Hopefully we can do something with that. Luis Polonia follows up. No count to him. That's it weekly, and that's cut by Jose Offerman at second base for out number 1. John Kruk is next. Runner in scoring position, 1 out. 1-2 to him. Grounds it to short. He's thrown out at first for out number 2. On the plate, the Shields makes it to third base. So we have a runner on third, 2 outs. We need a base hit from Kent Herbeck. No count to him. And that's a base hit to right all the way in the corner as well. That's going to be extra bases for Kent Herbeck. The Shields scores on the plate is a double. So run scoring double for Kent Herbeck, and the Expos take a 1-0 lead here at Dodger Stadium. Ruben Rivera is the next batter. 2 outs, runner in scoring position. 1-2. Oh, struck out swinging. Alright, that's the end of the inning. However, the Expos managed to take the lead. It is 1-0 Montreal. Alright, Jose Offerman leading off the bottom of the first for the Dodgers. 3-1 to him. Grounds it to first. Oh, that's an error. Oh, that's not good. Who is the error on? Okay, so Herbeck with the error. So Offerman ends up at second base thanks to the Kent Herbeck error. So there's a runner in scoring position and nobody out. Cal Daniels is the batter. Full count. And he walks. No bueno. Right, 2 on, nobody out. Mike Piazza is the batter. 1-2. That's a liner to third, so that's out number 1. The runners obviously have to hold on their bases. Henry Rodriguez is next. He has some decent power against righties. 0-2 to him. Oh god, that was a bad pitch. Alright, so wild pitch, so all of a sudden the Dodgers have 2 runners in scoring position and 1 out. 1-2 to Rodriguez, grounds it to third. He's thrown out at first, but the runner scores. We have a tied 1-1 game. So 2 outs now with a runner in scoring position for Eric Karros. 0-2, and he struck out swinging. Alright, so all told, I think we got out of that okay. We kind of shot ourselves in the foot too. Alright, tied game here at Dodger Stadium, top of the second. Charles Johnson gets things going for us. 1-2 to him. Grounds it to third. And he's thrown out at first for out number 1. Jeff King is next. 2-2 to him. Struck out swinging. Wall twice now. 2-1. Grounds it to first, and that's out number 3. The Expos go down in order in inning number 2. Going into the bottom of the second, tied at 1. Todd Allensworth leading off that inning for the Dodgers. 1-0 to him. Grounds it to short. That's a good throw. That's out number 1. Willie Sotanias is next. 1-2 to him. Oh, that's it really well. All the way to the fence and right. That's going to be extra bases. Sotanias stops at second base. That's a double for him. So the Dodgers get a 1-out double. They have a runner in scoring position and 1 out for Sean Berry. 0-1. That's it weakly to right. John Kruk goes for it. Catches it for out number 2. And now Oil Can Boyd is going to be the next batter with 2 outs. 1-0. Grounds it to third, and he's thrown out at first for out number 3. Still 1-1. Going into the top of the third with Miguel Batista leading off the inning for us. 2-2 to him. Struck out swinging. Delino De Shields is next. 0-1. Grounds it to short. He's thrown out for out number 2. So already 2 outs, 2 quick outs here. Luis Polonia is next. 1-2. That's a base hit to right. Alright, so Polonia with the 2-out single. That brings up John Kruk to the plate with 2 outs. No count, and he hits it fairly weakly to left. Cal Daniels is there. That's out number 3. The Expos get a base runner, but they have nothing to show for it. Bottom of the third, still tied at 1. Jose Offerman leading off. 0-2. Struck out swinging. Cal Daniels is next. Full count. And he walks. Runner on first, 1 out. Mike Piazza is the batter. 1-1. Oh, that's it really weakly. De Shields in foul territory, catches it for out number 2. Alright. O. Henry is next. 1-2. That's it weakly to right. John Kruk goes towards it, catches it for out number 3. Alright. Piazza has not been hitting very well in that series so far, so that's good for us. Neither have Caros. Kenterbeck now. Top of the fourth. Tied at 1. 3-1. And he walks. Alright, lead-off walk for the Expos. Right, Ruben Rivera is next. Runner on first. 1-2. And he struck out swinging. Charles Johnson now. Full count. Grounds it to the pitcher. And they get the lead runner at second base, so that's a fielder's choice. 2 outs, runner on first for Jeff King. Full count. Ooh. That was it with some authority there, but pretty much right at Cal Daniels. He barely had to move. That's out number 3. Still deadlocked at 1, bottom of the fourth, with Eric Caros leading off the bottom of the fourth for the Dodgers. 0-1. That's it to weakly towards third baseman, and King gets underneath it, catches it for out number 1. Todd Allensworth is next. 2-2. Grounds it to second, and he's thrown out for out number 2. Willie Sotania is now 0-2 to him. Struck out swinging. Alright. Top of the fifth, still tied at 1. Walt Weiss is going to try to help change that. No count to him. Grounds it to second, and he's thrown out for out number 1. Miguel Batista is next. Batista still doesn't have a hit this season. That would be a great time to change that. 1 and 2. Well, that was a ball that he swung at. That's strike 3. So 2 outs now for the Shields. No count. That's it to center. Oh, that's above Allensworth's head. So that's a double for the Shields. So 2 out double. We have a runner in scoring position. A base hit should score him. Luis Polonia is the batter now. No count. That's popped to second base. Offerman is underneath it. Catches it for out number 3. We are unable to capitalize on a 2 out double. It is still 1-1 here in the bottom of the 5th in LA. Sean Berry leading off the bottom of the 5th against Miguel Batista. 2-1 to him. Grounds it to short. That's a good throw to first. That's out number 1. Oil Can Boyd is next. 2-1 to him. Grounds it to first. And that's out number 2. Jose Offerman is next. There's 2 outs now. 2-0. That's it to left. Polonia goes after it, and he catches it for out number 3. All right. Alright, top of the 6th, we have John Kruk leading that off for us. 2-2. Oh, that's a base hit to right. Nice little piece of hitting there with 2 strikes. Ken Turbeck is next. Runner on first, nobody out. 0-2 to him. Grounds it to third, and he's going to eat it. That is a infield single. So we have 2 runners on, nobody out. Ruben Rivera is next. Come on, we have to capitalize on that. 1-2. Oh, that's a bad pitch. Alright, so 2 runners in scoring position now, nobody out. 2-2 to Rivera. And he struck out swinging. Charles Johnson now with 1 out, 1-1. That's it to center. Is that going to be deep enough? Allensworth catches it. That's out number 2. The runner goes. There's not even a throw home. It is 2-1 for the Expos now. All right, we take the lead back. And with 2 outs, we have a runner in scoring position. Jeff King to the plate. No count. And that's going to be a base hit. Falls on in La La Land. And that scores a run. It is now 3-1 thanks to a single by Jeff King, who makes it to second base on the play. So now we have a runner in scoring position, 2 outs. Walt Weiss is the batter, no count, and they're just going to walk him, of course. So now we have 2 runners on, 2 outs. I'm going to keep Batista in for at least 1 more. Maybe 2 innings if I'm lucky. We'll see. 0-2, and he struck out looking. Right, bottom of the 6th. Cal Daniels is leading that up for the Dodgers. We are now up 3-1 against the Dodgers. 1-0. That's it to center. Oh, what a diving catch by Ruben Rivera, and that is out number 1. Thankfully, he didn't aggravate his injury. Mike Piazza is next. 0-2 to him. Grounds it to short, and he's thrown out at first for out number 2. Henry Rodriguez is next. 1-1. Grounds it to second. The Shields with the throw, and that's out number 3. All right, the Dodgers go down in order in inning number 6. We are going into the top of the 7th with the Expos up by 2. Delino the Shields leading off 1-0. Oil Can Boyd is on the mound for the Dodgers, and that's going to be extra bases for the Shields all the way into the corner and left. So an opposite field double for the Shields to lead off the inning. That was his 20th double of the season. Right, and now Luis Polonia is next. No, that should be the LA Stadium, the Dodger Stadium. I don't know. I've said multiple times that even though I was a pretty big fan of baseball back then, that I don't remember much of the stadiums and everything. So I don't know if it's accurate or not. Right, so runner in scoring position, nobody out. Luis Polonia is next, and that's gonna be a base hit. Falls in front of Henry Rodriguez. It does not score a run. So we have runners on first and third, nobody out. John Kruk is next, and they are still keeping Oil Can Boyd on the mound. 0-2. Grounds it to short. Oh, that's a double play. It scores a run, too, so it is 4-1. But now we have 2 outs, of course. So Kenterbeck now with 2 outs, 1-0 to him. And that's it to left, and Cal Daniels is there, and that's out number 3. The Expos had 1 more run to their lead. It is now 4-1 for the Expos. I think Batista is good for at least 1 more inning. So Eric Karros, first batter in the bottom of the 7th, 2-2. That's it to right. Falls in front of John Kruk. That's only the 2nd hit of the game for the Dodgers. So that's a opposite field single. Todd Allensworth is next. Runner on first, nobody out. 1-2. That's it. Weekly to center. Rivera goes after it. Catches it for out number 1. Willie Sotanez is next. 0-1. Grounds it to second. And we only get the lead runner at second base, so fielder's choice. There's 2 outs now for Sean Berry. 1-1. That's it to right. Kruk goes after it, and he gets it for out number 3. All right. Pretty good game by Batista so far. Top of the 8th. Wow, Oil Can Boyd is still on the mound. Rivera is leading off for us, no count. That's it to left. What a play by Cal Daniels, who slides backwards to catch this ball, and it is out number 1. Charles Johnson is next, no count. And that's a base hit to left, and it's going to be extra bases for Johnson. That's a double for Johnson, so we have a runner in scoring position, 1 out. Jeff King is next. 0-1. And that's a liner to third. That's out number 2. And now Walt Weiss with a runner in scoring position, 2 outs. No count for Weiss. That's it to right. And that's cut by Rodriguez for out number 3. Alright, we didn't score, but we're still up by 3. And honestly, I think I'm going to continue with Batista. There's not really a reason to pull him. I mean, it's the middle of the 90s, so we're not that worried about the 100 pitch mark. So I think I'm going to continue. I'll pull him if he starts to struggle. Eric Young comes in as a pinch hitter. 0-2. Struck out. Looking. So how have you been, Jerome Allet? Jose Offerman is next. 1 out. Full count. And he walks. Right, runner on first, 1 out. Cal Daniels is next. 2-0. Oh, that's it. Weekly. Walt Weiss is there. That's out number 2. Runner on first, 2 outs. Mike Piazza is next, 1-1. That's a base hit to center. Right, and the runner makes it to third base on the play, so we have runners on first and third. There's 2 outs. Oh, man. I have only one lefty left in the pen. And he's slightly tired. Hopefully he can do the job. Alright, so runners on first and third, 2 outs. Henry Rodriguez, I'm bringing my only lefty, John Cerruti, to try to get out number 3, 1-2. Struck out swinging. There you go. That's how you do it. Alright, top of the 9th. Jeff Gray is now the pitcher for the Dodgers, and I'm going to bring in a pinch hitter, which is going to be Brett Barbary. 1-1. Grounds it to third, and he's thrown out at first for out number 1. Delino DeShields is next, no count. That's a base hit to right. Alright, so runner on first, 1 out. Luis Polonia is next, 2-2 to him. That's a base hit to left. Alright, so 2 singles in a row for the Expos. We have 2 on, 1 out. John Kruk is next, no count. The runner goes. Oh, and that's a double steal. So now we have 2 runners in scoring position, 1 out. John Kruk still at the plate, 1-2. Oh, he struck out swinging. So now we need a base hit from Ken Turbeck, 1-0. And that's a base hit to right. That scores 2 runs, so a 2-run single for Ken Turbeck. It is now 6-1 for the Expos. Ruben Rivera is next. No count. And that's a base hit to center. So now we have 2 runners on. 2 outs. Oh, and I forgot to mention earlier, but Tim Cruz is now pitching. And Charles Johnson is next, 1-2. And that's in the corner and right. That's going to be extra bases. Yet again, it scores 1 more run. It is now 7-1 for the Expos. Now we have 2 runners in scoring position, 2 outs. Jeff King is next, no count. Grounds it to short, and he's thrown out at first for out number 3. The Expos add 3 more runs to their lead. It is now 7-1 here in LA against the Dodgers. I think I'll go with McLean this time. Bottom of the 9th incoming. We have a 6-run lead. So it's not really a save situation, at least not now, not unless we allow some runs. Eric Karros leading off, 0-1. That's a base hit to center. Alright, so leadoff single for Eric Karros. Todd Allensworth is next, 3-1. Grounds it to second. That's a double play. Oh yeah. So just like that, there's 2 outs. Willie Satanes is the next batter. Last out for the Dodgers, 3-0 to him. And he pops it foul, and that's cut by Ken Turbeck, and that's the end of the game. Another great performance by the Expos here in LA. I was a little not scared, but I was a little skeptical that we would do great in LA, and so far that's 2 convincing wins, 7-0 and 7-1. All right, so we will take that W. and save. Right, nothing changed as far as the roster goes there. Alright, so we're ready for game number 3 here. So we won the first 2, and apparently the Braves lost their last 2 games, so we are now within 3 games of the Braves. That's pretty interesting, and you know, the Mets and Phillies are breathing down our necks, so yeah, it's a very tight division, and it looks like it's going to be the case all season. So probably whoever stays healthy and makes the better moves is going to end up on top. Alright, so game number 3 here in LA against the Dodgers. Ramon Martinez is going to be on the mound for the Dodgers. Carlos Perez is going to be on the mound for us. And Strawberry still has that diagnosis pending. So we still don't know what's going on with him. Alright, well, let's get to it now, shall we? Right, so then I know the Shields is tired, so I will go ahead and play Jody Reed in his stead. I think I'm gonna go like that. All right, so we're gonna go with that, and to face Carlos Perez, the Dodgers are gonna send Jose Offerman batting first, playing second base. Todd Allensworth in center field is gonna be batting second. Eric Karros is gonna be the third batter, playing first base. Willie Satanas is going to be batting fourth, playing shortstop. O. Henry is going to be playing left field and batting fifth. Sean Berry, the third baseman, is going to be batting sixth. George Williams is going to fill in for Mike Piazza today, batting seventh and playing catcher. And Felix Jose is going to be in right field and batting eighth. All right, so no Cal Daniels and no Mike Piazza today. And no Delino the Shields for us. All right, go Expos and play ball. Right, game 3 out of 3 of the 3-game series against the Dodgers. The Expos took the first 2 games. Now, it's still not going to be easy. Ramon Martinez is a pretty decent pitcher. Yeah, he's doing pretty good. All right, Luis Polonia leading off the game, and no count to him. Oh, he tries to bunt himself on, and he did. All right, so a drag bunt single for Luis Polonia. So we have a runner on first to start the game. Jeff King is next, 2-0. Grounds it to short. Oh, that's an error. Oh, that it looked like it could be a double play, but it's an error instead. So the error is on Otanez. So there's 2 runners on, nobody out. John Kruk is next, 2-2. Oh, he struck out looking. That hurts. Ken Turbeck now had quite a few RBIs in this series, 2-2. Struck out swinging. Ruben Rivera is next. 2 outs, 2 runners on, full count, and he struck out swinging as well. Ramon Martinez allows 2 runners on base, and then he strikes out the side. No score here going into the bottom of the first. Jose Offerman, first one to face Carlos Perez. 1-0 to him. Grounds it to third. Jeff King with the throw. That's out number 1. Todd Allensworth is next, no count. That's a base hit to center. Alright, so a 1-out single for the Dodgers. That brings up Eric Karros, full count. That's it to center. Rivera after it. Catches it for out number 2. Runner has to go back to first base. Willie Sotanez is next, 2-1. Oh, that's it really hard, but right at John Kruk, that's out number 3. And just like that, top of the second with no score still at Dodger Stadium. Right, Charles Johnson leading off the top of the second for us, 1-2. And that's going to be a base hit to left. All right. So the leadoff base hit for the Expos. Jody Reed is next. Full count. And he walks. So again, we have 2 runners on with nobody out. Walt Weiss is the batter. No count. That was a terrible pitch to swing at. That's a easy fly ball to left. That's cut by Henry Rodriguez. That's out number 1. Carlos Perez is next. No count. And he bunts. That's a sacrifice hit. So now we have 2 runners in scoring position, but we have 2 outs, so we need a base hit by Luis Polonia. 3-1. And he walks. Alright. Bases are juiced. There's 2 outs. Jeff King is the batter. We need a base hit here. 0-2. That's a bad pitch. It is 1-0 for the Expos, thanks to the wild pitch there. Alright, so now we have 2 runners in scoring position. 1-2 to Jeff King. It's it to right. I think it's gonna get cut. And it is. That's out number 3. The Expos do take a 1-run lead thanks to a wild pitch by Ramon Martinez. It is now 1-0 for the Expos going into the bottom of the second. Henry Rodriguez leading off. 1-1. Grounds it to first. That's going to be a base hit. Alright, so infield hit for Henry Rodriguez. Sean Berry is next. 2-2. Right, that's it weekly. Jody Reed is there. Catches it for out number 1. George Williams is next. 1-2. Struck out swinging. And then Felix Oze is next, 3-0. And he walks on 4 pitches, so there's 2 outs, 2 on for the Dodgers. With Ramon Martinez the next batter, 1-2. And he struck out looking. Alright. Expos get out of this. Top of the third, 1-run lead. John Kruk leading off the third, 1-0. Grounds it to short, and he's thrown out at first for out number 1. Ken Turbeck is next, 3-1 to him, and he walks. Right, a 1 out walk, sorry. And now Ruben Rivera is going to be the next batter, 1-2 to him. Struck out swinging. 2 outs for Johnson, 1-2. Struck out swinging as well, so Ramon Martinez is not pitching badly at all, but yeah, we're gonna need to find a way to add to that lead. Right, Jose Offerman leading off the bottom of the third for the Dodgers. We are still up 1-0, 0-1, and that's a base hit to right. So Offerman with the single to lead off the bottom of the third. Todd Allensworth is next. Full count. Grounds it to second. And we only get the runner at second base, so that is a fielder's choice. Uh-oh. Walt Weiss got hurt, but he's able to shake it off. Right, Eric Karros is next. Runner on first, 1 out. No count. Oh, the runner goes, and he's out. Alright, so 2 outs now. 2-0 to Karros. That's going to be a base hit to right. Falls in front of John Kruk. So a 2-out single for Karros. Now Willie Sotanez is the next batter, 3-1, and he walks. So as usual, Carlos Perez uses a lot of pitches every inning. That's been kind of a thing of his. Alright, Henry Rodriguez, 2 outs, 2 on, 0-2. Struck out swinging, and that's the end of the inning. Alright, top of the fourth, still 1-0. Jody Reed facing off against Ramon Martinez, 1-2. Grounds it to second. He's thrown out at first for out number 1. Walt Weiss is next, 0-2. Struck out swinging. Carlos Perez is next with 2 outs, 1-0. Grounds it to first, and he's out for out number 3. Alright, bottom of the 4th incoming. It's still 1-0 for the Expos. Sean Berry facing off against Carlos Perez, 2-1. Grounds it to short, and he's thrown out at first for out number 1. George Williams is next, 1-1. Grounds it to first, down the line in right. That's going to be extra bases. That's a double for George Williams. So after 1 out, the Dodgers get a double runner in scoring position for them. Felix Oze is next, full count. Struck out swinging. Ramon Martinez now with 2 outs, 1-0. Grounds it to the pitcher. He's thrown out at first. That's out number 3. All right, we're going into the top of the 5th here at Dodger Stadium with the Expos still up 1-0. Luis Polonia leading off, 2-1. Grounds it to first, and he's out. That's out number 1. Jeff King is next, 1-0 to him. That's it to center, and that's a diving catch by Todd Allensworth, and that's out number 2. That brings up John Kruk, 1-0 to him. That's it to left. Henry Rodriguez gets underneath it, and he catches it for out number 3. The Expos are down in order yet again. Going into the bottom of the 5th with a tiny 1-0 lead with Jose Offerman leading off, full count to him. Grounds it to second, and he's thrown out at first for out number 1. Todd Allensworth is the next batter, 2-1 to him. That's it to left, and that's going to be extra bases all the way to the fence. Polonia brings it back to the infield, but that's a stand-up double for Allensworth. Right, runner in scoring position, 1 out. Eric Karros is the batter, full count. And that's going to be extra bases to left. That should score a run and tie the game. So tie game here as Eric Karros gets a run-scoring double. Willie Sotanez is next. 0-1, 1 out. That's it weakly to right. John Kruk is there, catches it for out number 2. Now Henry Rodriguez is next, no count. That's it to center. Rivera after it. Oh, it falls in front of him. That's a double. That's 2-1 for the Dodgers now. Alright, so we have fallen behind. Sean Berry is next. 2 outs, runner in scoring position for him. Full count. It's it weakly to right, and John Kruk is there, catches it for out number 3. Kent Herbeck leading off the top of the 6th. We are now down 2-1. Full count. That's it to left. Henry is there, catches it for out number 1. Ruben Rivera is next, 0-2. Oh, he got hit. Alright. So a free base runner. 1 out. Charles Johnson is next, 2-2. Struck out looking. That's not good. Jody Reed is next, 0-1. Grounds it to third, and he's thrown out at first for out number 3. We are still down 2-1 going into the bottom of the 6th. George Williams is going to lead off that inning for the Dodgers. Full count to him. And he walks. Felix Oze is next, 1-0. That's popped. Jody Reed is there, catches it for out number 1. Ramon Martinez is next, 1-0. And he bunts. That's going to be a sacrifice hit. So now there's a runner in scoring position, 2 outs. And Jose Offerman is now the batter. Full count. Grounds it to second, and he's thrown out at first for out number 3. Alright, top of the 7th. I'm gonna bring in a pinch hitter for Wall twice. It's gonna be Brett Barbary. Ramon Martinez still on the mound for the Dodgers. Full count to Barbary. Grounds it to second, and he's thrown out at first for out number 1. I'm also going to bring in a pinch hitter for Carlos Perez. It's going to be Curtis Pride. Two and two. Struck out swinging. Luis Polonia is next. Full count to him. That's a base hit to right. Alright, so a 2-out base hit for the Expos gave us a little bit of hope here. With Jeff King, the batter. 1-0. That's popped. And that's cut. By the catcher, it is now the bottom of the 7th. We are still down 2-1. I think I'm gonna go with Ota. Alright, Katsumasa Ota on the mound for the Expos now. Todd Allensworth, the batter. Bottom of the 7th, we're down 2-1, 0-1. Grounds it to second, and Jody Reed bubbles the ball, so it is an error. So runner on first, nobody out. Eric Karros is next. 1-1 to him, and that's a ball. Jeez, they do not want me to win this game. 1-2. Karros with the base hit to left, falls in front of Polonia. Alright, so there's runners on first and third now with nobody out. Willie Sotanez is the next batter. 1-2 to him. That's a base hit to right, and that's going to be extra bases. It is 3-1 now for the Dodgers. And the Dodgers have 2 runners in scoring position and nobody out. Henry Rodriguez is next, no count. We're just gonna walk him. So now we have the double play, or triple play even, on the board. Sean Berry is the next batter. Bases are loaded, nobody out. 1-2. That's it weakly to right. John Kruk after it. I don't think it's deep enough. It is not. That's 1 out. George Williams is next. 3-1, and he walks in a run. Felix Jose is next, no count. Grounds it to second, and we get the runner out at home. So there's 2 outs, the bases are still loaded. Eric Young comes in as a pinch hitter. 1-1. Grounds it to short, and he's thrown out at first for out number 3. However, the Dodgers add 2 more runs to their lead. It is now 4-1 for the Dodgers. John Franco comes in as a reliever. I think I'm going to go ahead and bring in a righty. I'm going to bring in Johnny Nutt to bat for John Kruk, who's not done anything in this series, really. No count to Johnny Nutt. That's it to right. But that's cut by Felix Jose for out number 1. Ken Turbeck is next. 1-0. That's it to right as well. Felix Jose doesn't have to move too much, and that's out number 2. Ruben Rivera with 2 outs, 1-1. And that's it weakly to center, and that is cut for out number 3. Alright. Nothing to talk about for the Expos here. We're going to keep Johnny Nutt in right field. Alright, Jose Offerman. I think I'm going to keep Ota on the mound. Full count. That's a base hit to right. I think I'm going to pull Ota from the mound. That's enough. Let's go back to... No. Let's go back to John Doris. Right, John Doris comes in with a runner on first, nobody out. Todd Allensworth is the batter, 3-1 to him. Grounds it to second. That's a double play, there you go. That's how you do it, says John Doris. Eric Karros now with 2 outs, 2-2. That's a base hit to center. Alright, the inning is still alive for the Dodgers. Runner on first, 2 outs. Willis Otanez is now the batter, 1-0. That's it to right, and that falls in front of Johnny Nutt for a base hit. On the play, Karros makes it to third base, so we're not out of this yet. Runners on first and third, 2 outs. Henry Rodriguez is next, 0-1 to him. That's a bad pitch. Wild pitch, it's now 5-1. Runner made it to second base on the play, 1-2, and Henry strikes out, but the Dodgers get 1 more run. So now we need a 4-run inning at the very least here in the top of the 9th, with Brian Harvey coming in to shut us down. Now, when we played the Dodgers in Montreal, we won 2 games against the Dodgers, and both of them were walk-off against Brian Harvey, so maybe we can, well, it cannot be a walk-off because we're on the road, but maybe we can, you know, hit him some and win again. Charles Johnson, the first one to face him, 2-2. Grounds it to short. He's thrown out at first for out number 1. Jody Reed is next, 1-1. That's it to center. That's cut by Allensworth for out number 2. Last out for the Expos, Brett Barbary. No count. Grounds it to short, and that's all she wrote. We won the first 2 games of the series, but we dropped the third one, 5-1. Oh, looks like Jeff Cirillo had a 5-hit game. He sure did. Alright, so we managed to... Alright, so it looks like the Braves won their last game, I think. So after everything is said and done, we are 1 game closer to the Braves, but the Phillies are only a game and a half behind us, so yeah, it is messy. It is very, 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 very tight in the East. Ooh, okay. Alright, so it looks like they're leaving me with Brett Tomko, and they sent John Cerruti down, which means that I have no lefty in the pen anymore. Ugh. That is, unless I put Gabe White back in. I hate to do that. He's been not too bad. Maybe it's Carlos Perez that I send in the pen. Now I'll put Gabe White back in the pen, and Rosado is gonna be back in the lineup. Alright, so yeah. Not ideal, not ideal. I had two lefties in the pen, I liked it. I had Scott Bales and John Cerruti, but now the GM is forcing my hand. Alright, and now we have no game today, so we're gonna go ahead and send. Oh, Mike Mussina had a really good game against the Mariners. And Howard Johnson, it is 300th home run of his career against the San Francisco Giants. Okay, alright, so gonna save again. Alright, and we're gonna have, next time out, we're gonna have a 3-game series against the Giants in San Francisco, and then we're gonna come home for a very, very, very important series against the Braves. So yeah, things are about to get interesting, I think. Ruben Rivera is almost recovered. He has only 3 days left with his day-to-day injury. And then, of course, Kirby Puckett is still a month and a half away. But yeah, so next time out, we're going to be facing the Giants. But for today, I'm going to go ahead and stop here. So as usual, I want to thank you for tuning in. And if you're watching this on YouTube later and you like the video, please feel free to like, subscribe, share, comment, all of that good stuff. And until I roll this game again, I'll see you folks next time. Thank you.